Did you know that only 7% of our viewers are actually subscribed? We love creating content for you and want to keep doing it, but we need your support to grow our channel so we can make ends meet. So, if you enjoy our videos and want to see more, please consider subscribing and liking our videos. Thanks for your support.
Hi and welcome to Cycle Maintenance Academy. I'm Marek and in today's video we're going to look at the most common types of brakes. Okay, are you ready? Then let's begin. Parts of the brake system. The parts of a brake system can vary depending on the type of brake, but some common components include brake lever. The brake lever is part of the brake system that the rider pulls to activate the brakes. It is typically located on the handlebars and is connected to the brake caliper or brake mechanism by a cable or hydraulic line. Brake caliper. The brake caliper is part of the brake system that presses the brake pads against the rim or rotor to slow down the wheel. Brake pads. Brake pads are the replaceable components that come in contact with the rim or rotor to slow down the wheel. They wear out over time and need to be replaced periodically. Brake cable, hydraulic line. The brake cable, or hydraulic line, is part of the brake system that connects the brake lever to the brake caliper or mechanism. It transmits the force applied by the rider to activate the brakes. Rim brakes. Rim brakes work by pressing brake pads against the rim of the wheel to slow it down. They are lightweight, simple to maintain, and effective in dry conditions. However, they can wear out rims over time and are less effective in wet or muddy conditions. Types of rim brakes. V-brakes. V-brakes are a type of rim brake commonly used on hybrid bikes. V-brakes work by using a set of brake arms to apply force to the rim of the wheel. The brake arms are connected to the brake lever by a cable, which pulls the arms towards the rim when the brake lever is squeezed. The arms then apply pressure to the rim through a pair of brake pads, which slow down the wheel. If there is an uneven gap between the pads and the rim, and the brake slows you down, then it might be a good idea to adjust it. Our video here will help you with adjusting your V-brakes or dual caliper brakes. Dual caliper brakes. Dual caliper brakes are commonly used on road bikes because of their weight and braking performance. This type of brake is composed of two brake arms, each of which has a brake pad. When the rider squeezes the brake lever, the brake cable pulls the right caliper arm up, which pushes the left caliper arm down, causing the brake pads to press against the rim and slow down the wheel. If the brake is not effective or it makes a noise when braking, then you might want to replace the pads. We have a step-by-step tutorial here on how to replace brake pads on dual caliper and V-brakes. Cantilever brakes, a predecessor of V-brakes. This type of rim brake is still used on some cyclocross and touring bikes. They are similar in design to V-brakes, but use a different mechanism to apply force to the rim. Cantilever brakes use two brake arms that are connected by a transverse cable or straddle cable. When the brake lever is applied, the brake cable pulls the arms that apply pressure to the rim. Although V-brakes and cantilever brakes look similar, the brake levers are not compatible. This is because V-brake levers need to pull more cable than cantilever ones to press the pads against the rim. We have a video here if you're not sure how to undo and reattach a cantilever brake. Disc brakes. Disc brakes work by pressing brake pads against the rotor attached to the wheel hub to slow it down. They are more powerful than rim brakes, work well in wet or muddy conditions, and do not wear out rims. However, they are generally heavier and more expensive than rim brakes. Mechanical cable disc brakes. Mechanical disc brakes use a cable to transmit force from the brake lever to the brake caliper. Cable disc brakes require more frequent adjustments and may have less consistent performance compared to hydraulic disc brakes. Hydraulic disc brakes. This type of disc brake, on the other hand, use mineral oil or dot fluid to transfer the force from the brake lever to the brake caliper. When the rider squeezes the brake lever, it compresses the hydraulic fluid in the brake hose, which in turn activates the pistons in the brake caliper, causing the brake pads to grip the rotor. Hydraulic disc brakes typically offer more consistent performance and require less maintenance than cable disc brakes. However, they need to be bled periodically to remove air from the brake lines. This process can be time-consuming and requires special tools. Check out our other videos to find out how to bleed different brands' hydraulic disc brakes. If your disc brakes make a squeaky noise, then you may want to find out the cause. Our video here will show you possible solutions to a squeaky disc brake problem. There are two types of hydraulic disc brake calipers. Two-piston calipers. A two-piston disc brake caliper has two pistons, one on each side of the caliper. Two-piston brakes provide sufficient stopping power for many riders and are often more than adequate for road cycling and commuting. Four-piston caliper. A four-piston caliper has two pistons on each side. The increased number of pistons provides several benefits. It increases the surface area of the brake pads that contact the rotor. It also provides more consistent and powerful braking performance, which can be especially important for downhill mountain biking or other high-speed applications. Hub brakes. Bicycle hub brakes are a type of braking system that, like a disc rotor, is attached to the hub of a bicycle wheel. These types of brakes require minimal maintenance and the performance is equal in dry and wet conditions. However, they are not very effective and powerful. Drum brakes. A drum brake is a type of mechanical brake that consists of a drum and a set of brake shoes or pads. When the brake lever is applied, the brake shoes are forced against the inside of the drum, creating friction and slowing the rotation of the wheel. Shimano roller brakes. This type of brake looks similar to a drum brake, but the braking mechanism is different. There is a series of rollers that, when the brake is applied, move outward to push on the brake shoes. Brake shoes then contact drum, creating friction and slowing the bike. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Don't forget to let me know in the comments below which type of brake do you have on your bike. And if you want to see our channel grow, then consider subscribing, liking the video, or supporting us on Patreon. Thanks, and see you in the next video.